Hello everyone and welcome back for this new Strategus game comment for the Winter Tournament 2021 on Strategus, and today we will make some comments about the game between Fairway and Noobmeister. So just about the settings of this video, I changed the board to the largest one because some guys made the comment it wasn't visible enough, so let me know in the comments if it's better now. And the second thing is that I'm very happy to make the comment of this video, of this match actually, because I found it very interesting. So I hadn't the opportunity to watch it in live. I've watched the replay quite fast during the day, and I think many comments can be made on this game, and it can be very instructive, especially for beginner players. So let's see a bit. We are watching from Fairway's point of view. Alright, so already here we can see that Noobmeister is playing a quite, I would say, aggressive defense, in the sense that when the piece here is moved, he isn't playing the corner one, he is playing straight on, which is quite annoying for Fairway. So far a good start from Noobmeister. I like this kind of defense. Alright, quite symmetric now, and quite interesting. They are playing the middle, same offensive defense, and already attacking with the captain. Sergeant was well positioned for Fairway, so this is a good point. He takes a scout. And Fairway is making now some pressure on the left side. Okay, good sergeant here taking a scout and not moving. That's a good choice from Noobmeister. Another scout and still not moving on this side. And slowly he is attacking on the right. Another sergeant which takes a scout. That's quite good opening. And Fairway already is down 2 scouts, and half of his scouts are out. So that's quite good for Noobmeister. Alright, here I would say Noobmeister shouldn't have let that be done. He should have moved this piece if it moves, or move the sergeant before and another one here, just to avoid this corner, because now the sergeant will most likely die. And it's quite annoying at this point, because you never know what to do, because you don't know if there is a bluff with a piece in cover, or if it's a real stronger one. So lieutenant taking, captain retaking, and nothing happening here. So actually, good reaction from Noobmeister. He took the risk, and quite interesting that Fairway was bluffing with the captain to cover a lieutenant. Well, it didn't work, I would say. So lieutenant advantage for sergeant for Noobmeister. So far, quite good for him. Okay, so now it's reorganization phase, and again another thing. Again, this piece is gonna be trapped. Not something I like, but again, Noobmeister let this to be done. I don't think it's a good strategy, but it worked previously, so let's see how Fairway decides to play on this time. Okay, he has the captain, and Noobmeister makes the choice again to take with the major. So it seems he doesn't mind losing a major, even if there is a colonel here, which is not, in my opinion, not really worse. So Fairway was bluffing, and in this case it's an excellent move. So now Noobmeister is up a lieutenant and a captain. And yes, he has a major discovered. He knows that this one is not a colonel. So quite a decent start at this point. and now he's making some pressure in the center, and he's letting this major a bit uncovered. Okay, so now he decides to retreat and come back in the center where there are some pieces in cover. Major incoming, lieutenant. So actually that's fine, I would say. He lost his lieutenant advantage and took back his sergeant. So actually he didn't lose anything and just got some information. So now he knows a captain and a major, and Noobmeister also has a known captain and major. So basically it's quite fair because no one cares about his sergeant. So now Noobmeister is making some pressure. Most likely I would expect here a scout, to be honest. Who knows? Actually it was a sergeant, and the bluff with the miner didn't work. Not a bad strategy, I would say, from Noobmeister. It's something most people like. Sometimes to sacrifice a miner just to take one more scout. I think it was the plan of Noobmeister here. Well, Fairway saw it quite well, and indeed he's taking with a sergeant, so that's fine. Okay, another pressure and defense. This is, I think, a good defense now, instead of the one that Noobmeister was doing by letting two pieces being cornered. Here, so if we take the previous one, okay, so here it's a quite good defense. Even if the major and the captain are known, there is still this unknown piece, and you don't really know what to do. Now retreating the captain, major coming up, sergeant, and this piece coming in the middle. And here it's quite annoying, especially because we don't know again if Noobmeister is bluffing. So maybe he's just a scout and he wants to see this one behind the lake, or one of these here or here, to know if it's a strong piece. And Fairway doesn't know and prefers to play safely and cover his major. Okay, so that's quite big pressure now from Noobmeister, and Fairway is in defensive position. Captain attacking again. Quite risky again. Most people would think there is a call or major here or here. Well, quite some luck from Noobmeister here, but he can afford losing a captain actually, and he took a lieutenant, so in the worst case he is back in the... he is not down anything, just a minor for 2 scouts, which is quite okay. Marshal is discovered here, and the minor is taken back. So here, from a material point of view, Noobmeister is winning, but I would say that from an information point of view, Fairway is in a very good position. In fact, he knows 3 middle high pieces, so captain and major, and he knows the marshals. So now both his colonels are unknown, and his general is unknown, and even his marshal is unknown. So if he plays well with colonel and general, he can easily guess Noobmeister's general and take, I would say, at least a major. So here colonel is revealed. So again, many pieces are revealed here from Fairway's point of view, so it's all about memory now from Noobmeister's point of view. Sergeant trade, not that it changes much. And now, of course, actually, if this one is not the spy, that's quite a big risky move from Fairway. Maybe he wants to make the bluff. Now, if a player makes this against me, I would find it so obvious that I personally, I don't know, I wouldn't think this is the spy, but I would try to make my opponent believe I think it's the spy, and maybe then he wants to play with this one. So here is Fairway is coming with a piece, as expected, probably the general. In fact, it's the general, so that's fine. Marshal coming back in defense, of course. Captain moving on the right, and now we have this piece coming, and actually the major is not in a good position. Here it was a quite risky move from Noobmeister, coming back with the marshal. Fairway decides to go for the captain. I would have gone for this square here to trap a bit the major, and so that Noobmeister is in a difficult position. I still have the colo, so I would just move the colo up, the surgeon down, and this piece, which we don't know what it is, can move easily in total freelance. Instead, Fairway decides to play for some pressure. Why not? So we still don't know what is coming here, and the major can be taken quite easily, especially with the marshal. So now he's moving some pieces here, so we can easily guess the general of Noobmeister is around here, and most likely he wants to trade, which is I don't know if it's a good move at this point. It really depends on the setup. Meanwhile, Fairway is coming here, so we can expect a colonel maybe coming here and ready to attack if the general is being traded. And here is some pressure. Okay, so most likely general. Okay, colonel revealed here. Again, big information for Fairway. General trading, so Fairway has really a big information advantage. Of course, the major, sorry, must retreat now. And now it's about reorganization of the setup phase. So here Noobmeister wanted to test what this piece is. Fairway decided not to move, which is quite annoying when he does this. This is something Fairway is really good at, is not moving a piece. So now Noobmeister is coming with the colo, and the piece is retreating. And again, we have some pressure from the center. Many pieces moving here. And again, something I said, I think it was with Liv Blower's game, Fairway is moving, in my opinion, too many pieces on the third row. So if we are attentive, we can see that there are only now 3 possibilities of bombed flag. So we have the corner here, the 3-pod here, and the other corner. And actually, if we look at Noobmeister setup, we have many more possibilities. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, actually 7 possibilities out of 10. That's definitely a lot. Actually, we can even imagine an 8th one if yes, but bomb, bomb, bomb. Quite unexpected, but why not? And yeah, actually, that's, I think, a mistake from how can I, of a global vision of the game point of view from Fairway, moving too much on the third row. Okay, so here Fairway is pushing with his color, of course, and here's just, yeah, classic mistake from Noobmeister here, who could just have moved this piece on the right and then play on the 3 squares. Instead, he is going straight on, so now Fairway has the 2 squares advantage. Just a note for the beginners. So now basically, in order to save this piece, Noobmeister must have his second color here to protect this one, otherwise it's just dead. Actually, this piece is dead. It was the color, so fine, but I don't understand the reason of, how to say, of retreating just to trade color when he could just have let it there. I don't know. So now he is coming with the call here, so he is expecting Fairway's marshal around here. Now many unmoved pieces here in the middle, so we don't know if this one is the marshal, this one is the marshal, this one is the marshal, this one is the marshal. We have too many possibilities. And Fairway has another unknown call, and still a big information advantage. So here there is a mistake that Noobmeister is going to make. Crazy mistake, happens at times. If I remember correctly, this one is the spy, and Fairway will move the major, and they will go on it. Yeah, right now, exactly. That's just a mistake of memory. Shouldn't have happened if more focused, but really good advantage again for Fairway. So now, in my opinion, if I could play with this configuration, I would choose Fairway point of view. He knows he knows the marshal, he knows the color, he knows one major, so the three major pieces, while his two major pieces are still unknown, and is just down, if we look, okay, one minor, but that's not a big deal, and two scouts, and he has the spy advantage. And for me, the spy is a really huge advantage at this point. And if you wish, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces which have moved, 5 with this one. So yeah, he can easily trap some pieces, and the marshal alone can't do much. Actually, if I were Fairway, I would even play with majors or captains, just to take some minor pieces like sergeant or lieutenant, or even minor, whatever, advantage without revealing my big pieces, since Noobmeister won't risk his majors at this point, since there is still one colonel ongoing. Okay, so the major is coming, and major trading, if I remember correctly, will happen. Okay, the major are being traded, so not big. Yeah, it's not a mistake, I would say, just maybe not the best move, in the sense that Fairway loses one of his major information advantage. Now, from a major point of view, they are both equal, so that's not bad for Noobmeister to have one information about his species less. The colonel moving while this piece was coming. Again, Noobmeister is moving his colonel on the first lane, most likely, and attacking a bit. Quite risky, I would say, since he doesn't know the marshal. And Fairway knows it, so I think Fairway now is preparing his marshal to know from what side he must attack. And that's what he must do, actually. And here again, big risk from Noobmeister. This one could have been the marshal. He had a good feeling because it wasn't, so he is able to take this captain or risk on this one, hoping it's a major. In any case, that's a good move. Really risky, but a good move since it works. If it were the marshal here, that would have been a very bad move. Because then yes, the marshal is known, but he has no major how we say material information, and he still doesn't know the colonel, which can still be disturbing. So actually here he takes the captain and he discovers the marshal, and at this point it's okay. I mean, yes, he's down a colonel, but yes, it's one information less that Fairway has about his setup, while now Fairway has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moved pieces, plus the marshal is known, so now Noobmeister knows how to defend. The only problem is the unknown colonel, which is now what Fairway should be playing on. Okay, so this piece hasn't moved during the whole game. Actually, or maybe yes it did, but I don't remember. Anyway, so Noobmeister brings this piece. We don't know what it is, and he's bringing a new one from the third row, which now is okay to move the third row since, well, actually there is nothing more in the first one, and just 3 pieces on the second. So here Fairway decided to come with the marshal with the intent to trade pieces, trade the marshal. I think personally it's a mistake. I discussed it with him. He said it wasn't. Actually, with spy advantage plus knowing the opponent marshal, personally, I wouldn't have moved. Again, big risk from Noobmeister here. So one of these two could have been the spy, he decided to risk. Fairway is forced to move one of his pieces, and actually he makes the good choice to move this one. Otherwise, if he had moved this one, um, he would have lost this one just for free, and he couldn't trade the Marshall behind. Even if, in my opinion, still it's not the best option. Well, it is the best option from Noobmeister. But here the real mistake is to lose a major. So except if this one is also a major, that's a bad idea. Plus, he is trading the marshals, so that's going very well for Noobmeister. So he's down a colonel, up a captain and a major. And here we saw he risked again a major. Quite a smart move, because Fairway might think it's how you say, it's not a major. He wouldn't risk it like that. So he goes with his major. So the colonel is still unknown, but we can easily guess that it's one of these four pieces which has moved. So slowly it's getting quite easier, and yeah, Noobmeister has still two pieces advantage against one, and it's fine. So the spy loss finally wasn't a big deal. He got his major, he traded the marshal, so everything goes fine. Also, we can quite easily guess that one of these four is the spy. So now we expect the colonel sooner or later to show up. It's just up to Noobmeister not to lose the major or the captain. He takes the risk with his captain. So from how he's playing, we can say, okay, he doesn't mind losing a captain at this point. Well, I would say it's a risk, so he wouldn't be down. He loses one major pieces, so he's in equality, but he's down a minor, which is still something, I would say. So it's a risk. Now here, Fairway moves here, so when he does this, we can understand he will lotto. Quite a risk again, and nothing here has moved. I personally, if I had to lotto, I would have lottoed here, I think. Fairway decides to go here. Since this one hasn't moved, I think he thinks it's a bomb, so most likely that there is a sergeant here. That's a good reading, I think, because I think it was indeed correct. So this one is moving. In fact, it was a sergeant. I think he lotos even here a scout. Yeah. So meanwhile, the last captain of Fairway is being traded. So now Noobmeister's lieutenant can move, and the major is still unknown. And now things are going quite bad for Fairway, in the sense that the major is still unknown, and he hasn't taken major advantages. I mean, yes, he has taken a sergeant, but it's not the thing which will make the difference. So here again a mistake from Fairway with the 3 squares rules. He is giving this sergeant back, or this piece, especially if this one is the major. So he is forced to move away, and it was a lieutenant. Well played from Noobmeister to come with the lieutenant and not with the captain and the sergeant, and the major, sorry, and he takes the sergeant that Fairway has risked a lot to lotto for. So it's a tie, let's say. So things are going well, and he's moving this piece. So actually here now Noobmeister is giving maybe too many information at this point, since only two possible open flags are here. If I remember correctly, the flag ended up to be open, so at this point it was fine from his perspective. Of course, if I didn't know, and if I were Fairway, I was thinking, okay, I can afford losing one or two minor as bluffs in case, just because there are two possibilities. So one bomb is most likely here, so only 5 risks onto all these pieces. So now Noobmeister is trapping one piece here, and Fairway is coming with a minor, and in fact he takes a bomb. I wouldn't have taken it, to be honest, just not reveal my my miner too easily, but it's fine. The colonel is well positioned, and he can go easily with his miner to open here, except if there is a miner here or something else. Actually, miner trading, it's okay for Fairway. I mean, he's still up a miner, so it's okay. It will just be more difficult now to how you say, it will be more difficult to make another miner come, since now Noobmeister can easily block the 3 lanes, one with Major, one with Captain, and the other with the Lieutenant. And since Fairway doesn't know who is the Major, who is the Lieutenant, it will be difficult. What is interesting here is that since the beginning, I think it's now 300 moves, that the captain hasn't moved. And what I discovered is that Fairway forgot that this was a captain and that this one had actually moved. And in fact, soon in the coming moves, Noobmeister will take a risk by moving a piece, and with the 3 squares rules, Fairway will have his colonel between 2 pieces here. And if he had remembered the captain, he could have come back in the game. Actually, he has forgotten it. I don't know if Noobmeister forgot also that here this captain was known, or if it was poor risk from his side. Still, yeah, big mistake here from Fairway from a memory point of view. So here Fairway's Lotos. And again, it was a really big risk to move here. Now that we know that here is a captain, and we know here there is no tripod. Actually, we could have thought that there was a tripod here. Fairway takes the risk. So he will take 2 pieces. I think there was second miner here. So a real big risk from Fairway. But he is taking 2 minor advantages. Actually, yeah, 1 back because he has lost 1. But still, he shows that he is thinking that the flag is here. But he forgot the captain, and by doing this, I think maybe he is revealing by the, let's say, body language, even if it's online, by the playstyle, sorry, that he forgot this captain, and that's a good information from Noobmeister. In fact, maybe it's for this reason he didn't move it, because he knew by doing this he was letting Fairway believe there was a tripod here. So another miner taken, and yeah, Noobmeister moving this, really good idea to let believe there is a tripod here. And here is what I was saying before with these 3 squares rules. Is letting the possibility to come with the colonel and take the captain quite freely. But Fairway forgot this. Meanwhile, we have the miner incoming. Fairway is so sure that he is going to take the flag, I think. But this is not what will happen, and he will discover the captain. And indeed, boom. So he loses again, that said, Fairway did really amazing and risky lotos, but the advantage he took didn't help at all. So now Noobmeister is in an offensive position, he's bringing some pieces, so most likely he thinks that the flag is here. In fact, we don't think at this point that the flag is in the corner, undefended. I mean, just a miner here or there could go straight on, and Fairway could do nothing. So quite interesting to let this. So here it's quite risky, but Noobmeister has the good reaction with the 3 squares and 2 squares rules. So Fairway now is a bit embarrassed. He can't really defend, he can't really attack. He can lotto again. And now he has 1 info. He knows that the flag is open. So he has the possibility to go in there with his colo. Now he just must to think well. Okay, so he's moving some more pieces. and by moving this he is letting two options for bombed in flag, corner and corner. And most likely, if we think the flag is closed, we would think it's here. Well, it's not here. This piece is moving. Mistake in my opinion from Fairway, but he can't do much else. With Noobmeister knows that he just has to have his last miner here. If it is this one, he can go straight on and risk, and he must just let no pieces come here, and Fairway can't make any pieces come here to take this one. Actually, Noobmeister is letting this happen, and he is coming with another piece. Okay, and he comes with this one, and Noobmeister is letting him go, something which I wouldn't have done. So here is a scout, surgeon taken. Okay, cover with the scout, quite smart. So we can think that the flag is here, and now Fairway is going with his colonel to try it, but he forgot one thing, is that the miner is here. And boom, and the flag is taken. So victory from Noobmeister, quite unexpected. He was in the if you know the Swiss system, he was in the second group of the tournament, so Fairway was supposed to win, especially since it's the first round, so it's the round where there is the most difference between the players' skills. Actually, he loses, very unexpected. In fact, when I saw the result, I couldn't believe it. And I must say, many players said that Noobmeister was noob, that he wasn't a good player. Personally, I would say, of course, he's not the best player. He made many risks, but the risk worked, and actually, maybe this is what some beginners should do against good players. Take some risk and see what happens, because a good player can be surprised, and when you surprise your opponents, you take a huge advantage, in my opinion. Plus, here I would say that Noobmeister made some really smart moves. One of them is to come with the miner on this side, which is unexpected when we had all those pieces here staying, Fairway attacking from this side and not from this one. Everything here was built to let us think that the flag was on the right, and Noobmeister doesn't believe it and goes straight onto the flag. It works, and really congrats to him. Fairway, I think, didn't play that bad. He made some good lotos, but there are still lotos, so it means he was in a disadvantaged position. What I think his mistakes was the major here before trading the marshals, and yeah, put his marshal in a position of force the trading. What else? I think Fairway didn't play well his general, to be honest. He could have risked a bit more. If he adds to Lotto, I would have Lotto one of these two, so actually one was a bomb here. But yeah, maybe he could have risked this one, especially if he saw here was a bomb. It was quite unexpected to have two bombs like this. Yeah, something like this. And yeah, he had a huge information advantage, and he didn't manage to use it, so it's quite sad. But again, really well played from Noobmeister. And yeah, of course, the last mistake was to forget this captain had moved at the beginning, at the real beginning. I think it was even one of the first pieces discovered, if not the first pieces discovered. So it's quite impressive at this point that you think the first piece being discovered is the one which is decisive in the end to protect the flag. So yeah. That's it, I think. I talked even too much, so maybe I'm getting quite boring, I don't know. Whatever, I'm expecting some of your comments and feedbacks in the comments, so feel free to share. I'm always happy to see what you guys think of my analysis. Maybe you saw things I didn't see, or wanted to underline things I didn't comment, or just say you don't agree with me, which is also possible. I don't have the truth. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget also to like, and see you soon for the next comments.